Hi, my name is Sean Lennox. I'm a doctor of audiology here at Bright Hearing and Tinnitus Center in Richmond Village, Ontario. And I wanted to go over how we test for the sensory cells of the ear and their overall health. We do a test called distortion product Otoacoustic Emissions, which is a really fancy way of saying we get an idea of how many sensory cells you have active and functioning well within the organ of hearing called the cochlea. So join me, we'll go take a quick measurement and give you an idea of how the assessment is done. So within the organ of hearing, we have two types of sensory cells, the inner hair cell and the outer hair cells. The inner hair cells act like a microphone that pick up the fluid vibrations and send the sound up to our brain. However, the outer hair cells, the type 2 sensory cells, which are in this image as those row of 3 cells right here, actually compress sound, naturally amplify sound, and also make sure that the sound wave is more frequency specific or clear before that signal is processed by the inner hair cell and ultimately processed at the brain level. Otoacoustic emissions is a safe, comfortable, and passive procedure and test. So much so that this is the test that we do for newborns here in Ontario to see if there's any hearing issue a day after a child is born. So next we'll show you how we test the otoacoustic emissions to get an idea of how many sensory cells you have functioning across the inner ear, which is the organ of hearing. So all we need to test otoacoustic emissions is a headphone, and that's coupled to the actual testing apparatus, which I just realized now you won't be able to see. But basically we just connect the tip to the coupler, and then we put the tip in the person's ear, and the person doesn't have to do anything, you just have to listen. So we're going to use double speed just to show you what it looks like when we're doing the otoacoustic emissions test. And it usually takes about twice as long to get the results, or if not more. But what we're doing is we're testing at each frequency my sensory cell response. And in this case, my sensory cells are actually quite healthy. You see all the green check marks, and the signal to noise ratio